Hey y'all, it's me, Mack Weldon. That's right. Mack Weldon, the creator of Mack Weldon Underwears. With a smart design, premium fabrics, and a simple shopping experience, my underwear is definitely better than whatever you're currently wearing. Do I have X-ray vision? No, I don't. I just have faith in my product. That's what makes me a Superman. In addition to looking and feeling great, all my products are crafted with natural fibers that have built-in performance capabilities, so they work hard too. Look, I work hard, you work hard, my underwears work hard. Everyone's working hard. I even have a line of silver underwear and shirts that are naturally antimicrobial. Microbes, step off. That means they eliminate odor. All that, and I ship them right to your door. Right to your ding-dang door. And if you don't like your first pair, you can keep it. I'll still refund you. No questions asked. I don't want to know why you're making the biggest mistake of your life. That's your business. Go to MackWeldon.com. Get 20% off your purchase signing. Come on, Mac, get it together. Go to MackWeldon.com. Get 20% off your purchase using the promo code PFT. That's right. You're helping out PFT. You're helping out yourself. You're doing a little something for me too. MackWeldon.com. 20% off using promo code PFT. This is Mack Weldon saying the ad is over. The team behind Hardcore Game of Thrones, Alex Berg, Jason Green, Mike Hughes, is back for a brand new show on Stitcher Premium. It's called Braids, and it's a psychedelic trip through the latest developments in science, blended with lush soundscapes designed to blow your mind. Imagine Radiolab on drugs. Think you understand your consciousness or your universe? Ever wonder about what AI might be capable of in a few years? You don't know the half of it, and neither does anybody else. So get a good set of headphones, a comfortable couch, and get ready to have your reality permanently warped. Listen to a new episode of Braids every Wednesday on Stitcher Premium. For a free month trial, go to StitcherPremium.com/braids and use offer code SPONT. That's StitcherPremium.com/braids, offer code SPONT.
No, I'm here. I'm just not saying anything. I thought it'd be nice to listen to the music. If you're listening for the first time, usually I talk over this part, but I thought it would be nice to let the music play. Hey, are you listening to this show for the first time? Why weren't you listening before? And what changed? Did you have an event in your life that made you look at things differently? Maybe you almost got hit by a car. And you said, now that I've gotten this second chance, okay, folks, I got to tell you, what just happened? We're recording on the weekends. We don't often do that, but when we do, things are a little different. Today, July, he's a wonderful guy, works here at Earwolf, usually does the descriptions for the shows. I guess he does other stuff. I have no idea. That is the only capacity with which I have engaged him, is he'll send me the description for the episodes and he'll say, what do you think? And I'll say, looks good. Sometimes I'll make a little tweak because I'm a precious artist. Well, Chef Kevin, who's usually here to take the photos, he wasn't here. July took the photo, a group photo that we take for each episode. And we were ready to come in and begin recording, and then July said, nope, that photo didn't happen. Now I don't know how you think you took a photo and you didn't. And also how you don't realize it right away. But we traveled to a second location and then we were informed, hey, there's no photo on here. Well, of course we all had a good laugh and we did the photo again. And this time it worked. July held the camera out. We all passed by like we're at a funeral and we were going by the casket. We all looked like, yes, it worked. Then we start recording, and then we realized we didn't have any water for our assembled group here. Now, look, water is very important for speaking. You have to keep your instrument lubricated. Your instrument in this case is your voice. These are terms. And so engineer Ryan let July know that we needed some water, and he was kind enough to bring us the water. And what he did was first came in with just a huge stack of glasses. He separated them, made a very satisfying clinking sound. Then he walked out, leaving the door wide open like he was born in a barn. And, you know, we have a nice vibe in here. It's very low light. And the harsh light from the outdoors coming in. And July then produced a bottle of water, brought that in, set it down. And then he crept out. Now, the whole time he's creeping in and out like he's a little cobbler's elf. And as if we were all asleep and he was going to make the shoes. But the end result, we do have a picture. We do have water. And we can do this show. Folks, what you must know, and what I've never told you before is, this is what happens before every episode of the show. And it just now struck me as weird. Isn't it weird how the picture never gets taken? And we have to try it again? Isn't it weird how somebody creeps in with water? It just happened to be July this time. Got to close that loop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spontaneanation with Paul F. Tompkins. I am the second part. This is a show where I invite a special guest onto the program to have a free... That was me closing my glasses up. This is a show... Can anyone still be listening? This is a show where I invite a special guest onto the program to have a free-form conversation with me, inspired by a blind question provided by our previous guest. Then I invite some improviser pals onto the program to join me in a narrative improv that is one continuous story as opposed to unconnected scenes, oftentimes utilizing details gleaned from my conversation with the aforementioned special guest, and it is all scored on piano by Mr. Eban Schletter. That's what he goes like. Ladies and gentlemen, very excited to have this gentleman on the show for the first time. He is the host of the Song Exploder podcast, one of the hosts of the West Wing Weekly podcast, along with our friend Joshua Molina, who was going to be here as well, but then is dumb and forgot that he had something else to do. So we'll get Josh back here real soon. But there was no reason to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
I'm that baby.
This baby is perfectly good. And I'm very excited to have him on the show at long last. Please welcome to the show, Hrishikesh Hirway.
Hello.
Rishi, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, even without Josh.
Is this our second time meeting? We met the last time I can remember was we met at a barbecue, a backyard barbecue, at our mutual friend Ben Blacker's home. And now we're meeting now.
That might be true.
Those are the two I remember.
Yeah. I think that was the first time. You know, I've seen you so often and for so long.
And we've spoken online before.
Yes.
But the in-person meeting.
Yeah.
See, in this world where we're talking to each other in the ones and zeros, we forget sometimes what it means to meet someone face-to-face, shake a hand, and say hello. Rishi, I have a question for you.
Okay.
This is from our previous episode's guest.
I'm ready.
And that question is requiring me to put my glasses back on because it is dark as hell in here. I wish July had left the door open. Oh, no. A key word is very... Oh, no. I got it. Okay. People's handwriting varies. Rishi, here's the question I put to you from our previous episode's guest. And that question is, favorite author when you were a teen and why?
When I was a teen.
Not a tween. Were you a big reader when you were a kid?
Yeah. I mean, we had the Book It program when I was growing up, you know, where if you read, I think it was 20 books in a school year, then Pizza Hut would trick your parents into taking you.
That's right.
You would get a personal pizza, but then, of course, they'd have to sit there and eat something, so they'd have to order pay full price for some
Right.
for the rest of the meal.
Now, the reason I know about Book It, we did not have it when I was a kid, but I heard about it recently because there's some folks I know who make, they have an enamel pin company. And so they make pins, and a lot of them are unauthorized things. And they just do them until they sell out, and then they don't do them again. Or they do them until they get caught, and then they say, we won't do it anymore. But then like in the middle of the night on eBay, it'll be like, limited edition. But they made a pin with the Book It logo. I think it was just the logo. I don't think it was making fun of Book It.
Right.
I think it was just, hey, there's no such thing as a Book It pin. We'll make one. And then Book It, whoever owns the rights to Book It, said, you must cease and desist immediately. Book It has not been a thing for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it will ever be a thing again, but these people just didn't like the idea that someone was using Book It without authorization.
And they went full legal.
They went full legal. They put the fear of God into these folks.
They threw the Book It at them.
They absolutely did. So that's how I know what Book It is. We had the Scholastic Book Club, and you could order books through your class, and you could also get Dynamite Magazine, which one time included, and I remember this vividly, a 3D poster of a werewolf. Which I think I may have talked about last time we were here. I can't remember anymore. But Book It, you did not get food with the Scholastic Book Club.
Well, with Book It, you get, if you read 20 books, you'd get a free personal pan pizza.
That's right.
During the school year. And one year I had read over 100 books, and I asked if I could get 5 pizzas.
You were gaming the system.
And they said no.
They said no.
I got nothing. Like, I've read enough, for 5 personal pan pizzas, but.
Did you not even get the one personal pan pizza?
I got the one. I got the one. They
All
didn't
right.
punish me for having read extra. I just wasn't especially rewarded.
Why? I mean, what do they care? Why wouldn't they? I guess they thought, well, this is going to open the door to a bunch of kids doing this. And also, how do you prove that you read the books?
Right, that's true. I mean, we would have to, fill out I think we did have to give a little, very, very short book report for each one. A little synopsis of what the book was.
Right.
But yeah.
Which you could easily just get from the back cover of the book.
Exactly, yeah. Read the first 3 pages.
Did you do this multiple times?
I would read more than 20 books pretty much every year.
Sure.
But I remember in 6th grade, I read, that was the first time I went triple digits and then tried to see if I could cash it in. And they said no. And I didn't try after that.
Did you, was this just at the counter of the Pizza Hut, or did you go to the top?
You have to go to your teacher and say, like, here's my list or whatever, and then they give you some, there's a pin and you get stickers, and then you turn that in at the Pizza Hut.
So there was a pin.
There was a pin, but it wasn't like an enamel pin. It was like a 2-inch, almost like a campaign button style.
Right.
Pin.
Do you still have that pin?
Definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not. Did you throw it in the river like Muhammad Ali with his medals after?
Effectively, there's a point when I moved to LA.
When you didn't get those 5 pizzas.
Exactly.
You were like, this system is a sham.
Mm-hmm.
This is my protest. Well, I'm sorry. So how do you know you definitely?
I never ate pizza again.
Well, that's a punishment on yourself.
Yeah. I showed big pizza.
But what were you saying when you? So how do you know for sure you don't have that pin anymore?
When I moved to LA from my home in Massachusetts, I fit everything I could into my sister's Honda Accord that she had been, had given me to drive across the country.
Right.
And anything that didn't come with me, I no longer have.
Did you give instructions? This stuff is to be destroyed.
I left it in my parents' garage, which is really the same thing.
Is there still stuff there?
It's all gone now.
Did your parents move? Are they no longer in the house?
My parents moved earlier this year, and my dad said, he's like, there are all these boxes with all of your old possessions. What do you want me to do with them? I said, throw them away.
Oh, I don't think I could do that. I would have to look. I'd have to look.
Yeah.
Have you always been non-sentimental like that?
No, I'd held on to them for so long, and then I realized I'd been living all this time in LA without them, and if I started to look through them, I'd want to keep things. But clearly I didn't really need them because I hadn't had them all this time.
Right. What's an item though that comes back to your mind that you think, I would like to have that thing? That every once in a while, like the thought comes and goes. Like, I don't know what happened to that, and I wish I had it now.
Well, all my Legos. Like 3 tons of Legos in Rubbermaid bins.
Containers, yeah.
Every now and then, especially when, like if a child visits my house and I want to entertain them, I think, I really wish I had all those Legos for right now for them and then later for me.
What was your Lego masterpiece when you were a child?
It was really a running theme. I would never make one thing. I would make 7 things that would all fit together in one. I was big into Transformers. And so I would make my own version of a Transformer where it would be a thing of Legos that was a truck, but then it also turned into a plane, and then 3 smaller planes would fly out, stuff like that.
So you would have to make the individual pieces.
Yes.
So it's like, because you can't, to do the actual transformation with the Legos would be very time consuming and I think unsatisfying. So you pre-make, like on a cooking show. Right. I've pre-made the 3 tiny planes that fly out.
Yeah.
Earlier today, and here they go.
Yeah. They were individual pieces. They weren't.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, so who was your favorite author when you were a kid?
I mean, there were a lot. I think I'll go with Terry Pratchett.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I only know the one book, that he wrote with Neil Gaiman.
Oh, yeah.
Good Omens. That's the only one I know. But he has a ton of books, right? Terry Pratchett?
Yeah, he had the whole Discworld series.
Yeah, what is Discworld? Because I've heard it referenced, but I don't know exactly what it is.
It's a fantasy world. It's really funny. It's very clever. It's your own. Just take any slice variation of it. There are turtles and that carry the world. There's elephants. There's a whole universe. It's really great.
So there are turtles that carry the world. Also elephants.
Yeah. The whole universe. I can't remember the order of everything. It's been so long since I've read them, but there are 4 elephants that carry the disc that the world is. The whole world is on a disc. As one knows, the world is flat. And then I think the elephants walk in a circle on the back of a giant turtle floating in space.
This sounds almost biblical in a weird way. What was it that drew you to this when you were a kid?
I think it had all the stuff that I liked about, Lord of the Rings and things like that. But it also had, but it was also really funny.
Right.
And that was, it was a time in my life where I only wanted funny content.
Right.
So even in my fantasy books, I only wanted, funny stuff.
Were you like kind of devouring comedy when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Would you, in what form? Like how would you?
A lot of, weekend movies, especially, in those days, it was like whatever SNL kind of variation, anything that would come out of SNL and anything Monty Python, I was catching up on all that stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
What was the movie that was on all the time when you were a kid? When I was a child, and it was still the 3-channel system.
Right.
On your syndicated channels, your UHF, like channel 17 would show every other Sunday. It would be either The Incredible Mr. Limpet or it would be like some Danny Kaye thing, like The Inspector General or something like that.
The Incredible Mr. Limpet is the fish one with Don Knotts?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one still.
Oh, it's eternal.
Yeah. I had only seen it on whatever, WSBK, Channel 56. Right. All the time.
This is a movie, if you're not familiar, where Don Knotts, he wishes he was a fish because I guess his life is too complicated and the fish seem to have it made. So he looks into the ocean and he's by some dock and he wishes he were a fish. And then I think he falls into the water and he is transformed into a cartoon fish. And so under the sea, we see all these cartoons, a fish and a crab, and there's a fish that he falls in love with named Ladyfish. And then it takes a strange turn where this fish assists in the war effort. He helps fight World War II by means of this strange sound that he makes that helps the United States Navy locate German submarines.
Your recall of that movie is so much better than mine.
Well, I've seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah. All I remember is that thinking when I was 7 or 8 years old, how does his hat stay on in the water?
Yes, he was a fish who wore a hat and glasses. Like at one point he loses the glasses and it's a problem.
Yeah. and exactly. And for me, my suspension of disbelief really came up against the hat.
Absolutely. Was he the only one that wore any sort of clothing?
I think so. I think the rest was.
Do you think the hat was supposed to be for us to identify him? Like, oh, it's got to be him.
Yeah, that's how you know he's not a normal fish.
Yeah, we're not just following the story of a fish all of a sudden. This is him. He's the fish. So Terry Pratchett, how many of those books did you? He's written thousands of books, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think I probably read at least a dozen of those.
Right. When did you enter into the comedy phase, and when did you come out of it to where you started reading more serious things or taking in more serious entertainment?
I had to read serious books for school all the time, and I really loved those as well. But you know, it would be a book here, a book there. I'm like any 15-year-old boy, I loved Catcher in the Rye.
Right.
And then I got into J.D. Salinger. I was like, tried to devour everything that I could find of his. You know, but so I wasn't special.
I disagree. I think you're a special little guy. What were the books that were hardest for you to get through as a kid?
I had a pretty good, you know, we had a pretty good reading list in school. So I felt like my teachers did pretty good. And the ones I probably had the hardest time with, I can't remember now.
That's a blessing.
But you know, it was, I think any literature I liked, more of like the nonfiction or whatever, just the more instructional stuff.
Yeah.
That was hard. I took a religious studies class, and reading it was an Old Testament class. That was probably the hardest reading I'd ever done.
Yeah.
I would just read the same paragraph over and over and over again. And
yeah. Especially when it gets into the lineage stuff, you know, where
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like the begats. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I could never finish the Silmarillion, that Tolkien book that's like the Bible. It's like, there's already a Bible. Yeah. Why did you do this? Where are the adventures? I don't want to read about.
Yeah.
I don't want to read your made up Bible.
Yeah.
Were you a good all around student?
I think so, but I had a switch where I thought that I was more of a math and science kid because I was the only Indian kid in school, and everybody just assumed that's what I did, including my parents. You know, I mean, that was
right.
I was like, and then I realized I actually liked the humanities more.
Right.
Somewhere towards the end of high school, and it changed everything.
Were you good at math and science though?
I was pretty good at it,
but
not great. The other thing is I went to this. So you know, up until growing up as a kid, I thought I was really good at that stuff. That was like my wheelhouse, and then I got to my high school, and it turned out that there were kids who were so good at math that I, for the first time, realized how terrible I was at it. Like there were kids who were freshmen with me who were taking AP Calculus as freshmen.
Yeah.
I had been feeling kind of cocky because I came in and I placed out of the first two classes, you know, and so I was like, all right, I'm in good shape. And then they were like, oh, I tested out of the first 3 years of math. That's a
very specific feeling when you have that experience of, I think I'm good at a thing, and then I meet the people who are actually good at the thing, and it turns out I'm not good at the thing at all.
Yeah, and so immediately I lost interest.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
I was like, but with creative writing, who can really say who's good or not? It's all subjective.
Exactly. All right, Hrishi, thank you so much for being here. It is now Monday, November 13th. Is there anything you'd like to promote for the people? Of course, you have Song Exploder and West Wing Weekly, which both come out. Is Song Exploder every week?
No, it's
in every once in a while.
It's twice a month, 2 to 3 times a month.
It's when a song needs exploding.
Exactly. And
you can't dictate this by a calendar.
I try and do it as often as I can. It's just that those take me a long time, and so sometimes it's, I would do it weekly, but I really can't.
Absolutely, I understand. And West Wing Weekly, where are you guys roughly in the seasons?
Right now we are in basically the middle of season 4.
Okay, wow, it feels like it's moving along at quite a fast clip.
Yeah, I mean we're about halfway through the entire series.
Right.
We've been doing the podcast since March of 2016.
Wow.
So it's been a little while, but it also feels like I can't believe we're already halfway through.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. And so any other events that you'd like to promote or?
Listen to Spontaneation.
Please do. And where can people find you online should they wish to find you and should you wish to be found?
I'm on Twitter at Hrishikesh Hirway, and I guess on Instagram too, though that's pretty boring. My Instagram's pretty boring.
Why is it so boring?
It's just basically pictures of my dog and my wife.
It's really my own. Nice.
It's my personal photo album that just anybody can look at.
That's exactly.
It's not exciting.
But it's not. You don't take pictures of food, do you?
No.
Oh, okay. That's my one. I like people's pictures of sunsets. I like their baby pictures. I like their pet pictures. I don't give a shit about your food.
I guess if people want to listen to my music, then they can do that too. I have a band with Keith Stanfield. People might know him from Atlanta. It's called Moors. And we're online at wearemoors.com, MOORS.
There you go. These are good plugs.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. When we return, we will meet our improvisers. Here's what you get to do right now. Listen to an ad.
The Second City is known for its award-winning improv and long list of well-known comedy actors, writers, producers, and directors. Tina Fey, Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, Adam McKay, Steve Carell, Steve Colbert, A.D. Bryant, among many others, have performed or studied at the mecca of improv comedy. But did you know thousands of students take classes at the Second City Training Center as a hobby, for professional development, or to beef up their writing and presentation skills? That's right. You don't have to be an SNL hopeful to take classes at the Second City Training Center. You don't even have to live by their Chicago, LA, or Toronto locations. Hundreds of students take comedy writing online and fly in for the 5-day summer and winter workshops. The Second City Training Center offers 8-week, 4-week workshops and $20 weekly drop-in classes for experienced and new students. Classes are offered 6 terms a year in improv, sketch and satire writing, stand-up, acting, musical improv, voiceover, filmmaking, and producing. Ready to add some fun to your weekly routine? Go to secondcity.com/TC or call 312-664-3959 to find the best class to advance your entertainment career, make new friends, or polish up your presentation skills.
Oh, boy. We're still doing the show. Welcome back, everybody. It is time to meet our friends from the world of Make Pretense. Seated right next to me. I got him. Nailed him again. What a pleasure to have him back. Shaun Diston, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Paul. Hello.
Shaun, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me back. I'm feeling good.
It's always a pleasure. You seem like you're feeling good.
I feel great.
What is it that's got such a spring in your step?
You know, I'm just taking care of my life, self-care.
That's right.
Doing things, making hard decisions for myself that are the right decisions, Paul.
Did you get your taxes out of your ex-girlfriend's apartment?
Okay, update on that. It has now been over a year.
Oh, no.
And I did go to New York last time, before the last time I was here. And,
Right.
Or since I've been here. And went to New York, was there for a couple days, did not get my tax stuff, but did, have some closure with my ex-girlfriend.
Okay, that's good.
So that was great. Tax stuff is still in her apartment. It's actually now sort of faded into the back. I forget about it a lot. I think it's kind of like what you were saying. It's like, if I haven't had it this long, do I need it? Right. I should just have her throw it away.
Do I? Well, yeah.
At this point, I think I'll be fine.
Would you ask her to just toss it in a trash can, or would you say, please burn these sensitive documents?
To ask my ex at this point to find a shredder or do any work, I just feel so guilty about
Absolutely.
it. I think just dump it in the trash. If my identity gets stolen, Equifax got hacked, we're all screwed anyways.
That's a great way to look at that.
That's the way I look at it.
Well, thank you so much for the update. We will check back with you next time you're on the show to see if those documents have been thrown in the trash.
Oh, they will never be gone.
Shaun, I'm going to look away from you and across the table at this gentleman. A pleasure to have him back on as well. One of our Saturday regulars. Please welcome back to the show, Carl Tart.
Your radios. Turn them down.
Turn them down.
Oh, he's mixing up the classic catchphrase.
Turn them down.
Carl, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me, Paul.
How are you doing? How's your self-care regimen?
Self-care has been a lot better. I've been going to the gym in the morning before work.
Nice.
It sucks.
True, but
It's worse.
are you so glad after you do it?
No, I'm in pain. I can barely walk back to my car, and I have to rush to get to work. And then on top of that, at work all day, I sit. So I'll step on a scale, be like, damn, man, 3 weeks. I'm hitting this gym in the morning. Step on a scale, I've gained 5 pounds.
Is it muscle though?
It might be, but still, let's get this shit going. Also, the smoothie shop at the gym, I just basically realized after seeing them prepare this smoothie, they're just making milkshakes.
Yeah, that's right.
It is not healthy at all.
Yeah. I bet if you cut out those smoothies, you would notice the weight gain would stop.
I cut them out. Also, I have to cut out a ton of other stuff.
What's the thing you missed the most?
I haven't cut anything out.
Oh, you haven't cut. I'm sorry.
No.
I misunderstood.
I cut back on stuff. I think the thing I missed the most is the thing that's slowly killing me is just fast food.
Yeah.
And me not eating it as much, like not stopping on the way home at night after I've been at the bar already, like, and then stopping at McDonald's, which is the best thing on the planet,
Do you know,
tasting wise.
the other day I had I took too many things on in one day, and so I'm rushing around to all these things, and I was late for everything, and I also did not factor in that I have to eat food during the day. And so at the end of the day, after my last appointment, I went to the drive-thru at McDonald's, and I got a double quarter pounder with cheese, which I hadn't had in a long time. And I'm in the car, and I'm driving, and I took a bite of that thing, and I was in heaven.
Yeah.
It's just as good as I remember it.
I don't do drugs, Paul. But I imagine that's what being on like a psychedelic feels. It's like, or not even a psychedelic, like when people do like those people
Ecstasy, Molly,
crack, cocaine, like all that stuff. That's what I imagine that feels like when I haven't eaten McDonald's in a month. When I'll be good for a month and only eat like real food. And then go to McDonald's and get that 2 cheeseburger meal. And I bite into that cheeseburger and I'm like, scratch that itch.
But it is like our old friend the Cookie Monster tells us, it is a sometimes food, not an everyday food.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cookie Monster, for your wisdom. Carl, I'm going to look away from you now. Yes, I'm sorry.
He's really raising his hand.
What would you like to
I
say?
didn't want to know, but I just remembered why I was so confused when you asked me if this was the second time we'd met in person.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you know this, but we went to the same gym for a little while, and I would work out near you.
Which one? The Y?
The Metro.
Oh, the Metro.
Yes.
Where are you not there anymore? Did you move?
I don't work out there anymore. I now just do stuff at home. But I used to see you there, and sometimes I would text Josh and say, do you think I could say hi to Plum? Or should I just not? Because we'd emailed at that point.
Right.
You and I had emailed, but we hadn't yet actually met in person.
Wait, what did Josh say?
He was like, I'm sure you could. He's very nice. And then I thought, I'm not going to.
Because Josh is a prankster and this could be a setup. And I could be the worst person in the world.
And also, I'm extremely self-conscious when I'm at the gym.
It's the worst.
Yeah, and so I was just like, I won't.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? In retrospect, and you know, you're obviously a delightful person. I'm glad you didn't, because that would have made me self-conscious. Anytime anybody talks to me, I don't like it. The only guy that I really put up with, not in I didn't say at the gym.
I was like, wow, Paul.
Anytime anybody talks to me, I don't like it.
Noted.
Just the old man who saw me wearing a Phillies cap one day and decided he's going to tell me all of his theories about the Phillies farm system. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking away from Carl, if you recall. I'm looking next to him. This is, for the first time we're having this person, I'm very excited that she's here. Please welcome for the first time to Spontaneanation. She's got a look of utter delight on her face. She can't wait to find out who this is going to be. Nwodim, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
Ego, thank you for
my
being
damn
here. Of course,
self.
clap for yourself.
Clap for my damn self.
Ego, thank you for doing the show.
Thank you for having me. This is so nice.
It is nice, right?
Yeah.
It's a nice group of people.
Candlelit. I mean,
Right, what more could you ask for?
not a delicious treat, but
No,
that's
there are sometimes treats here, but
I'm
there's not
just
today.
kidding.
No, but you have a right to treat. Ego, now you know Carl very well.
Yes.
You guys are old pals.
yeah.
What's the real Carl? Not the Carl that we hear on mic.
The real Carl is a delicate flower.
I think that comes through.
None of this is true.
The real Carl is a delicate,
ball
delicate
of
flower that
emotions.
must be nurtured and loved on in order to thrive.
Ego, where are you from originally?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Yas, King.
Do you find that, because especially in improv and in comedy, everyone seems to be from New York or Chicago?
Yes.
And
yeah.
so Baltimore, there's like Derek Waters is the only other person I can think of that I know from Baltimore.
Edgar Allan Poe as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean like in all
Comedy
of
legend.
in all of history.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, that's funny moments.
You haven't seen a raven.
Were there people that did you start comedy in Baltimore?
No, I didn't start comedy until after I graduated from college.
What college?
University of Southern California.
USC, some people call it for short.
Yes, for short, but not to be mistaken for South Carolina.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, you know how often those two get
Yes,
confused, right?
absolutely.
I pretend to have school pride because they told us we should. So I'm doing the whole thing. I don't care. But yeah, that's where I went. That's where I went, and I discovered comedy after.
So not even in college, after.
No, I was a biology major in college.
Were you really?
Yes, I am first generation Nigerian. You don't major in anything besides going to medical school.
Yeah, I'm first generation Jamaican, and my major was building construction.
Building construction.
Like construction management.
I was gonna say, building.
Not like,
building
all right, here's a hammer and like you take classes. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Carl, what was your major?
I am first generation
Oh, God.
African American from Mississippi. And
So where's
my
your
major when I first started was electrical engineering. I started as an electrical engineering major. If I could go back, I would change that to civil engineering. Because when you guys were talking about reading as a kid, I hated reading. I think and I still hate reading. And I think reading is the most boring thing on the planet. Like,
Oh man.
I can't do it.
Oh man.
I keep saying on the planet today.
Oh Lord.
I'm making some large general statements about this planet.
Paul is also saying things like, I don't like when people talk to me. Who else is from Baltimore? Lots of generalizations happening here.
I think reading is very boring. That's just my opinion.
But you are holding out that there might be more boring things in outer space.
Yeah. There's more boring things.
All right.
That's just the most boring thing on this planet. Yeah. But when I was a kid, I used to draw maps. Like, that was like a big thing. I'm a big fan of infrastructure. Cartographer.
Yeah.
But,
We'd all do things differently if we could, I bet, right?
That's a little bonus Carl content.
Carl feels entitled to my time, and I'd like to reclaim my time.
Oh,
reclaiming my time.
Reclaiming her time.
Reclaiming my time, Carl.
I'm not even going to impress you.
Ego, were you into comedy when you were a kid, though? Is it something you always wanted to do, or is it something...
I always wanted to act. However, I loved Martin growing up. Jamie Foxx show, I still quote it. One of my favorite moments is Mrs. Biatchi, your daughter is one fine Biatchi. Jamie Foxx. Their last name was Biatchi. So anyway, you got it. Okay.
Still funny.
Yeah. I love Jamie. But I didn't know, I didn't even know that comedy was an option. I didn't process it. So when I discovered improv, I was like, oh yes, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
This makes more sense because the acting thing, just doing dramatic acting, wasn't quite right. So so as a child, I was a fan of comedy, but I didn't know that I wanted to do comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
I even for me as a kid, I knew I think I knew that I wanted to do it, but if you don't grow up in that world, you don't think of it as that's a job that these people have that I see on television.
Sure.
But it's like that's not my world at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like that. Yeah, that's someone else's job, and that's for them. But yeah.
And so then after college, where did you kind of fall into comedy?
I had an agent, manager, both separately telling me I should take an improv class, but they also
Because you were pursuing acting.
I was pursuing acting, and but agents and managers will tell you to do a lot of things that aren't you don't need to do.
Right.
And at that point, I've been fed up. I was like, I'm not taking another set of headshots, and I'm not taking this improv class you speak of. I really I was like, no. And then after 2 years of basically refusing, I was like, okay, fine. And so I was like, I'm going to take 101 at UCB, and then everyone can get off my back. And I never left. And here we are.
You're still in 101 at UCB.
I'm still in 101 with Joel Spence. He refuses to graduate. He refuses to graduate me. But I don't. Yeah. But I'm not paying for classes at this point, so that's
I should
nice.
hope not. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's classic Joseph Campbell stuff, Ego. The hero must refuse the quest at first.
Right.
And then destiny is fulfilled.
Good old Joey Campbell, right? JC.
One of the big JCs, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a few. I saw the other JC.
John from Cincinnati, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to take another break. When we return, we will reveal the location for our improv provided to us by our guest, Hrishikesh Hirway. And then we're going to do that improv. All this and nothing else when Spontaneous Nation returns.
Oh, guess what? Aren't you in for a treat, you little friend? You know John Gabris and Lauren Lapkus, my friends from Comedy Bang Bang, my work friends. You know them. I have such a good time with them at work. And now they have a new job that I'm not involved in. It's a brand new show on Earwolf called Raised by TV. In each episode, they will be discussing their favorite TV shows from the 80s and 90s. Shows like Full House, Saved by the Bell, Nicktoons. And they're going to be asking questions like, were creepy crawlers just an easy bake oven for bugs? They will also be trying some snacks from their childhood to see how they hold up. My guess is not very well. Guests like Paul Scheer and Scott Aukerman, oh, okay, are even going to stop by in episodes to reenact memorable moments from television. That sounds like fun for them. Here's what I want you to do. Even though I am not a part of this, have not been invited to be a guest, I'm a decent person. I want you to listen to Raised by TV every Wednesday on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, earwolf.com, wherever you listen. These people, they're my work friends. Period.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You caught us at a great time. We're continuing to do the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have procured a location for our improv, and we're ready to begin that improv. But first, just so as you know, in order to aid us in our storytelling, we use 3 sound effects that move us about in space and time. Let's say we need to go into the past for some reason. Someone's having a memory. We're learning how something came to be. We go into the past using this flashback sound effect. Now we are in the past. Let's say we want to return from a flashback back to where we were, or if we ever want to go into the future for any reason. This sound effect moves us forward in time. It is the flash forward sound effect. Now, this final sound. It moves us only in space, not in time. Let's say we're in a scene we want to find out what's happening at the exact same moment somewhere else. We're just moving in space, not in time. We use this meanwhile sound effect. Right, past, present, future. Everyone gets it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to reveal the location provided to us by Hrishikesh Hirway, and that location is a haunted hotel. A haunted hotel. We take you now to a haunted hotel.
I don't like the looks of this place.
Oh, honey, what are you talking about?
It seems too old. You know, I like modern things.
Yes, you're always going on about modern things. You refuse to eat leftovers.
Yes. The food is old. If anything is old, I don't do it. If anything is old, I don't do it.
You hate reading for that reason.
Yes,
You
books
see,
are old.
Books are old. Reading is an old practice.
Unless a book came out today and it's on audio, I don't participate. Look at this place. It's dusty. There's a cigar store Indian statue.
But the rates are very low. I mean, we got a real bargain on this room.
Yes, I don't like money because money's old. If it wasn't printed in the past year, I don't use it. So you're right. We need good rates because I don't keep money.
Yes, just those Harriet Tubman 20s. You've
Yes,
been
that's
hoarding
all-
them.
Yes, that's all I will ever use for anything.
And you won't take change when you pay for something.
Absolutely not. Those things are old.
Well, let's just check in, and then I'm sure you'll find that it's a wonderful place. I mean, we are saving a lot of money.
Fine. Oh, why do they have to have this conference every year in Cedar Rapids?
Listen, every year we're entitled to that personal pan pizza in Cedar Rapids. It's the Pizza Hut main headquarters.
This is the only place where Pizza Hut is still a sit-down restaurant.
Exactly.
Oh, that salad bar is delicious.
You like that because the ingredients are so fresh.
Fresh. Pizza Hut fresh.
Hi, welcome to Harlow House. You're checking in
Yes,
under what name?
honey.
That's hey, that's the sound of an old iPhone.
Did you hear that too?
It's not me. The sound of an old iPhone. Is somebody else in here? with
I'm
an
sorry. I'm sorry we kept you waiting.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
We thought we heard the sound of an old
That's all
iPhone.
right. Last name?
Rogerson.
Rogerson. All right. And staying for 3 nights?
That's
I
correct.
see.
3 nights and 5 days.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
3 nights and 5 days. So
Yes.
just 3 nights then.
And 5 days. We'll be here during the day.
Oh, for the conference.
Yes.
Okay. Understood.
Yes, we're entitled to the personal pan pizza again this
Oh,
year.
fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and put you in room 427.
Ooh.
Can
I help you with your bags?
Oh, you gave me such a start.
I'm sorry. Can I help you with your bags upstairs?
Oh, one moment. Excuse me. He works here, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, all right.
How long has he worked here?
Tremaine has been here for 16 years.
That's it? What were you doing before 16 years ago, Tremaine?
I had a whole career in electrical engineering.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
What made you stop?
Actually, it wasn't for me. You know, I got to the electrical engineering school and everyone was just so good at it. Whew, all right, electrical engineering school. All right, here we go.
All right, everybody, take out your books.
Okay.
Sure.
Great.
All right.
Great.
Now, first lesson of today.
Okay.
Power currents.
Power currents. Okay, cool. What page is
You.
that?
You.
Huh? What?
What is a power current?
Well, I imagine it's the positive electric.
Don't stumble your words. You. What is a power
He
current?
imagines it. Get a load of Willy Wonka over here.
Get a load of Willy Wonka.
The first day, I just.
Excuse me, Teach. Do you mean alternating current or direct current?
See? That's how you're supposed to do it.
It's a trick question, stupid.
question.
I'm sorry. Today's the first day I thought we would start learning about electrical engineering.
All of these kids know it already. Don't you, Sandra?
Of course. alternating currents.
See? Willy Wonka. Get a load of Willy Wonka, everybody.
Get a load of him.
Stop calling me Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
No, please
Willy
stop.
Wonka.
No.
Wait, excuse me. You're just, why are you?
Willy? Sorry. Oh,
You were saying no for 5
sorry. I was distracted. Let me help you with your bags.
Okay.
To room, which room?
427, Tremaine. Thank you.
Room 427?
Thank you. And what was your name? I'm sorry.
Oh, my name is Shanice.
Shanice, my name is Myrna, and this is my husband, Roger Rogerson.
Oh, happy to have you here, Roger and Myrna. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Honey, why don't you go with Tremaine and take the bags up? I have a question to ask Shanice.
Oh, all right.
Yes, let's go.
Shanice,
Yes.
this is my anniversary with my wife,
Okay.
and I would love to have some strawberries sent up to the room.
Okay.
Strawberries covered in fresh milk chocolate and white chocolate, and then a mix of the two.
I don't, Mr. Rogerson, I don't know if you saw when you checked in here, it's not particularly a fancy hotel. We don't normally make those kinds of accommodations, but there's a Trader Joe's a block and a half away,
Well-
and I'm sure they have milk chocolate and strawberries.
Do you guys have a hot plate that I could warm the chocolate up on, or
A hot plate.
yes, like a mini?
So this is the elevator, and it goes all to all the floors.
Oh, I assumed.
I just was trying to make small talk. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm a little nervous. You see, my husband certainly wouldn't like this elevator. It's one of these old ones.
It's an old
with
elevator,
with the
yes.
gate and the hand. You know, the what do you call it? The lever.
It's called the hand lever.
The hand lever.
That's the
Oh, I was so
technical term.
close.
Yes, you were so close. My good, what was that?
What was that?
Me-
Wait, you don't know what it was?
No, hold on. Let me toggle the hand lever a little bit. Here we go. Oh no.
We seem to be stuck.
Stuck. Well, I'm sorry. Your name again is Maureen?
Myrna.
Myrna.
I'm not a Marine.
Sorry. Well, don't worry about it. The elevator will be back up shortly, and you'll...
Oh, Tremaine, what was that?
I don't know what that was. Why do you keep asking me why I should know what it is?
you work here.
I know
I
I
thought
work
maybe
here, but
noises would be familiar.
I've only worked here 16 years.
That's a long time.
You're right. It is pretty... I should be, actually.
It's not weird that I'm asking.
This is kind of the first time I've ever heard this.
What?
Oh, the light was... Hold on. There's an electrical problem with the light. Maybe it's alternating current or direct current. No.
Tremaine!
No.
Tremaine!
All right, day 2. Take out your book. Okay.
Hey, look who's here again.
Okay, alternating and direct.
Willy Wonka's here.
Mr. Wonka, you decided to come back.
Yes, I know the difference between alternating and direct current now.
Oh, are you sure? You just imagine that you do.
Oh, well, okay, that's a good burn, but
In the world of pure imagination, Mr. Wonka. Good joke.
Please
Students.
don't call me Willy
A
Wonka.
for the day.
Please don't call me Willy Wonka.
Sandra,
Yes.
what are you supposed to do if a light starts to flicker in a stopped elevator?
You are supposed to remove the bulb, check the currents, and replace the bulb. And from there, there's obviously other steps, but that's the very first step.
Genius student.
That seemed pretty rudimentary. I feel like I could have answered that.
Oh, okay, Willy Wonka.
I
but
feel
you,
like if
but
you
you
asked-
didn't.
You didn't do it,
I
Willy
don't get
Wonka.
those.
Yeah, he didn't answer it, Willy Wonka.
Okay, no,
What
I
should
just
we
didn't
do?
answer.
Tremaine, what should we do?
We should check the light bulb, check the current, unscrew the light bulb, and replace it. I think that's what I remember from electrical engineering
Those certainly sound like classic rudimentary steps.
school. But that might only fix the light. I don't know if that's going to fix the elevator.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean,
The elevator's still stuck.
quite
That's
honestly, if we want to just live with a light that's going in and out, that might just be fine too.
but if we...
So I couldn't find that Trader Joe's. I walked around the block like 5 times. Where's that Trader Joe's? Also, you never told me if you guys had a hot... How am I going to warm this chocolate
What
up?
do you mean a hot plate?
Okay, if I go to Trader Joe's, I get the strawberries. Strawberries will be fresh, but the chocolate itself will be in a hard bar form.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just my phone's going off.
Your ringtone is somebody whispering you're going to die? You're going to die. Can you turn that on vibrate while we're trying to...
I'll put it on. Yeah. Sorry about that. It's my husband likes little pranks like.
Your husband? Your husband sends you messages saying you're going to die?
We're goofs. He and I, we're goofy like that. It's just, we're goofy. That's not what you're here for. You're here to find the Trader Joe's. If you go outside, right? Right outside the
As I
double
did.
doors, turn left.
Okay.
And then obviously a left around the building to the side street, which is Hamilton.
Hamilton
right?
Street, yes, I saw
Hamilton
it.
Street. And then walk. For me, it's about 50 steps.
Ooh,
For you,
what was that? What was that shiver? Did you feel
you
that?
shivered. What was the shiver? I think that was you shivering.
It's so cold in here.
The shiver
it
was
got
you
cold.
shivering.
It got cold all of a sudden.
All right, we changed the light. It's more comfortable. I think it's glad there was a spare bulb in here. But
If you don't read 100 books, you're going to die.
Tremaine, what did you say?
I didn't say anything. I heard something.
You didn't just say if I don't read 100 books, I'm going to die.
That's what I heard too.
So if you didn't say it, and I didn't say it,
Maybe it was a
goblin?
Oh, I was
going to say
I was gonna say goblin.
goblin.
I thought maybe it was a goblin. Well, I guess those are similar.
Why
Ghost
would
and
a goblin?
You're right. A goblin's more like a devil. Yeah. Yeah, it's more of a ghost. You're right. It's probably a ghost. I'm sorry.
But now, Tremaine, actually, you've got me thinking.
Sorry.
It could just as easily be a goblin.
You're right.
I assumed ghost because that seems like the classic thing.
It's a classic thing, but
a goblin could also be threatening in a way like that.
yes. Oh, thank God, it's working. I didn't even touch the hand lever.
Neither did I.
That was scary, but I think maybe it was just the elevator's haunted. That might be it.
Oh, that might be
Yeah,
it.
it's an old elevator.
That's terrifying. We're still on it.
Okay. Here we are at the 4th floor.
I
Let's
can't-
just ignore that. Let's just come on down to 427. Here we are. This is your room.
Oh, why is there a black wreath on the door? Did someone, Tremaine,
Yes.
did someone die in this room?
Yes.
Who was it?
It was this guy last week. He was checked in for a convention. Week? Yeah. He was checked in for a convention and he had a heart attack. He didn't eat well. He had tons and tons of fat. I went to the funeral because it was it was just a normal guy. It wasn't like a horrific death or anything, but yeah, someone died.
Just regular old
regular death. Yeah.
He ate too much fast food.
He ate too much fast
That
food.
fast food will kill you.
It will. It's really bad.
You gotta be careful.
Okay, I walked around this block 4 more times. I went to Hamilton Street. I could not find this Trader Joe's, so I just settled for this McDonald's.
Okay. And that's fine. I'm sorry that you couldn't find the Trader Joe's. It's definitely there. It's a block and a half away. For
might be
me, again, it
closed.
was 50 steps. For you, how many steps did you take?
Whew, that shiver. The shiver I just made.
your shiver.
I know.
Okay.
It just got cold in here. This
Yeah.
hotel, What year was this hotel born?
Well, it's an inanimate object.
All right, welcome to first day of architectural building class.
Okay, I gotta get out my books.
All right. See, we got somebody new here.
Yes,
you there?
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is Roger Rogerson.
Roger Rogerson, huh? Well, here's a question for you. Buildings.
Yeah.
How do they come into being?
I think they are born.
What? Did you hear this
Oh
guy?
my God! Look at Peter Pan over here.
Fucking pain.
Peter
You're
Pan.
right, he's like Peter
Doesn't
Pan.
want to grow up, but Peter
Call me
Pan.
that. Don't call me Peter.
Yeah.
Buildings are born.
Buildings are born. Get out of here, man. Peter Pan. Oh my God.
Oh, my.
No.
Wait, why do you keep saying no, Mr. Rogerson?
No, I'm sorry. I just
Rogerson.
had a flashback to building architecture school.
Okay, well, you asked when the building was born, but I obviously erected, sure. It was in 1725.
1725. Wait a second. 1725. Hold on. Let's see, 1725. 1 plus 7 is 8. Plus 2 minus 5 is 5. 427. 4 plus 2 is 6.
Hurry it up.
42. Turn back on its side is 24. Minus 1 is the number 23.
Michael,
Let me show you around the room. There's a shower in here.
In the bathroom?
Yes. There's a bed here.
show him the bookcase.
There's a bookcase over here.
Why did you say show him the bookcase?
I didn't
And then
say show him the bookcase. I didn't say show him the bookcase. I didn't say show him the bookcase at all. But
Tremaine, I suddenly hear a shiver, and it's coming from me.
yes, you did shiver.
You heard it, right?
Yes.
I think maybe I'd better go down to the lobby. And
You can't leave the room until you read all 100 books on this bookshelf. Click, click.
That's the door. It's locked. But if I do read all 100 books,
Yeah,
then
you'll be fine.
Go down to the lobby?
You'll be fine. And to prove it, you'll have to fill out these book report forms so that I know you read the books.
Well, are you going to leave or are you going to stay?
I'm going to
here?
leave for a while, and your husband may never find you again.
But if I read all the books, then
Then you'll be fine.
Okay. Why are you're laughing in a maniacal way?
I knew it was a goblin because I am a goblin.
You are a goblin.
I am a goblin.
Oh, Roger, help me.
Yes,
I'm
Roger,
trapped in a goblin.
Did you want me to
Wait a
show
second.
you to the kitchen?
There's something coming
There's a
from the
kitchen
fourth
right-
floor.
Oh no, I don't think.
Yes.
I mean,
I hear that.
well, yeah,
That's
your wife.
that's murder.
Yeah, well,
I've got to get up to the fourth floor. Where's the elevator?
Oh, well, it's up on the fourth floor right now. So you're gonna
Oh,
do
call it down. Wait. Oh, is it one of those old elevators?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate things old. Where's the newest set of stairs in this building?
Well, right over here to your right.
Oh, I gotta go.
These set of stairs were. Yep. Okay.
Just read the books.
All right.
Read them.
I thought you were going to
I'm
leave.
gonna watch you read the books.
Roger.
Is everything okay?
Tremaine is a goblin.
Oh, look at him. He's oozing with ooze.
Electrical engineering school kicked me out, and I made a deal with the devil.
What was the deal?
Oh, Tremaine. So you decided to come to me.
Yes,
the devil.
Yeah, I'm having a rough time in class. I'm being bullied. They're calling me Willy Wonka, and it's the worst insult I could imagine.
So why are you here talking to me?
Well, I want revenge.
Revenge? Okay.
If people want to call me Willy Wonka, I want to be Willy Wonka. I want a hotel that I can put people through a series of tests.
All right.
And then put them in an elevator and shoot them through the ceiling and
Okay.
give them that very hotel.
All right. Well, I'm pretty backed up, so here it is. 1982 now. Let me see when let me flip through my books here. I can get you to that hotel in 2001.
Please.
Okay.
Please.
All right. Sounds good.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is revenge on who?
Those students in my electrical engineering class.
Yeah. Well, how is what you're doing to us revenge on them?
Because they called me Willy Wonka. And
No, I get it.
Hey guys. Hey, sorry to interrupt.
sorry.
Is it cool if I go? Yeah, can I leave now?
Who? Tremaine, who is this?
I checked in like a week ago, and I had all these double cheeseburgers, and it seems I can't leave this room.
Roger, I know you're on your phone right now, but this gentleman is a ghost. Tremaine told me he had a
What?
heart attack in this room.
I'm a
you
what?
didn't? Did you hear that? Oh,
You're a ghost?
no, I'm talking about somebody else. This is somebody my husband and I met earlier. I forgot to tell him.
Book it.
What's he
Just
talking
run. Book it. Book it.
Did you hear that?
This is a ghost.
I'm
And
trying. The door handle won't open for me.
ghosts and goblins have been enemies for years. Have you come to defeat me?
I really just you gotta get back to Iowa City.
I don't think he knows he's a ghost.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Are you in a writer's program there?
Well, who's this?
In Iowa?
I just came here for a convention, and I heard about these great double cheeseburgers next to the Trader Joe's.
Oh my gosh. Where was that Trader Joe's?
It's like just a block and a half from here.
Is that the most important thing right now?
Mona, I couldn't find the Trader Joe's. It's our anniversary, and I haven't been able to please you in bed in years. And I just want it to be tonight to be better. And I want it tonight to be the night where I got you your favorite snack, chocolate-covered strawberries with milk chocolate and white chocolate, and a mixture of the two.
Tan chocolate?
Tan chocolate, yes. Caramel, what some people call it.
You were going to go to the Trader Joe's to get those chocolates.
Yes, because they didn't have them here at this damn old hotel.
Mr. and Mrs. Rogerson, hi, Shanice.
When did you get up here, Shanice?
I just came up because we're getting some noise complaints from other people staying in the hotel.
Who else is here?
Yeah, we didn't see a single solitary person.
Others who are here for the conference, I'm not at liberty to share who our other guests are, but just know
that's
that
fair,
that there are some complaints. So if you guys could just make
Well, Shanice, we have some complaints of our own. This hotel is clearly, that was built in 1725, is clearly haunted.
Okay.
This guy's a goblin. This guy's a ghost.
Okay.
We've been hearing voices.
Okay, sure.
The lights flickering on and off.
I'm sorry about your experience. If you are able to fill out an online form,
That's another thing. This voice told me that I had to read 100 books and fill out a form.
All right, welcome to Hotel Management School. Everybody take out your books. Oh, we got a new student here today.
Hi.
Who are you?
My name is Shanice Carter.
Shanice Carter, huh?
Hi, Shanice.
Hi.
All right.
Hi, guys.
Well, Shanice, answer me this. When a guest comes to the hotel and there's a noise complaint from the other tenants, what do?
You have them. You approach them.
You don't stumble your words, pewter. Wow. What do you do?
Answer, pewter.
You march right into that room. You tell them there's been a complaint from the other patrons of the hotel and they have to keep it down.
Yeah, that's right. And look over here. We got Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Charlie from the Chocolate Factory.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I have to say something.
What is it, Tremaine?
Your story of love and anniversary has softened my goblin heart. You said you wanted chocolates.
Yes.
Well, as Willy Wonka of this hotel, here are some tan chocolates.
Oh, they look like milk chocolate and white chocolate mixed together perfectly.
Yes. They do.
I want you to celebrate your anniversary in style.
So I don't have to read 100 books or I'll die?
Books are boring as hell. You don't have to read 100 books.
I agree. Wait a second.
Shanice?
Shanice.
You guys work
All
together.
these 16 years together.
Shanice, the reason I didn't remember your name is because from now on I'm gonna call you Charlie. Because I'm giving you the hotel.
Oh my God.
You own the hotel?
Yes! I am Willy Wonka of this hotel.
Does anyone else feel that shiver? This is such a magical
Fucking
moment.
I thought I heard a shiver.
It's so free. I'm hearing shivers left and right.
Wait a second. That's 3 shivers? 1725. 5 plus 7 is 8. 2 plus 5 is 7. 16 plus 4, 27 plus 4. It's not
All right, turn it on its side. Turn it on its side.
Turned on its side. See, 3 shivers. 2 hotels. No Trader Joe's.
Okay.
10 chocolates.
How many steps did
The
you
number
take?
20.
For me, it was 35 steps.
35 steps. Turned on its side. 53. 5 minus 3 is 2.
The number 23.
23.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
That's right, and it's our 23rd anniversary.
Wow.
The Jordan anniversary.
That's right.
Thank you, Ghost.
We gave each other Air Jordans.
I got the 5s. And I gave her the 11s.
How romantic.
Thank you, Tremaine. Thank you, the Rogersons.
And Ghost, I free you of this room by giving you this McDonald's double cheeseburger.
It's delicious.
Oh, there he goes.
There he goes.
Back to Iowa City.
Presumably.
Complete his writing
Well,
program.
I must go.
Come on.
I must fade into the Cedar Rapids mist. Enjoy the hotel.
Happy anniversary, Roger.
Happy anniversary, Myrna.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, thanks, Shanice. And it all happened in a place called Spontaneanation. Shaun Diston, where can people find you? What do you want to promote?
At Shaun Diston on Twitter and Instagram and weekly at UCB. Look me up. Google it, baby.
Google it, baby! Carl Tart.
You can find me on all things social at Dammit Carl, DAMMITCARL. Look for me at UCB. Google it, baby.
Google it.
Ego Nwodim.
You can find me on Twitter at Eggy_boom. You can find me on Instagram at EggyBoom, no underscore. And you can also Google me for UCB happenings. Carl and I perform together now on a Herald team.
Yeah.
What is the name of the team?
Queen George.
When has this started?
Oh, so
Yesterday.
Like a couple, no, November 13th, a couple months ago.
There you
Exactly,
go.
A couple months ago.
It's
Fantastic.
September, 1 month.
Oh,
ago.
right. It's November.
Honestly, if you're going to be in Los Angeles, please
no,
do
come.
check all these guys out at the UCB Theater. Everyone is terrific. It's a wonderful time. Ladies and gentlemen, Eban Schletter. He is Eban Schletter on all the things. Thank you, Maestro. If you want to find out about Eban Schletter's non-spontaneanation work, go to ebanschletter.com. How do you spell Eban Schletter? Why, it's very simple. EBANSCHLETTER. As for me, well, we just wrapped up a fun weekend at the Bell House in Brooklyn, and that's it. We got nothing else. Keep listening to the show. Oh, you know what? Please give us a review on iTunes because it helps boost us in the rankings. It helps people find the show. And if you leave us a fun review, we'll read it on the podcast like I'm about to do right now. Let's find a good one. People are nice enough to write things. Okay, here we go. This is titled it's titled Only the Best, and it's a 5-star review. That's the way to do it. This is by Geek Life Chick. If you love improvisational comedy, this is the podcast for you. Paul F. Tompkins and an ever-changing circle of friends. Shout out to David Bowie. Bring us the audience, imaginative other worlds, bizarre characters, and gut-busting scenes that entertain week after week. Oh, this one's too long. Hey, thank you. Here's the thing. It's hard to vet these beforehand because you can't cut and paste from iTunes. And so I'm taking screenshots of these goddamn things. And then I'm getting 4 sentences in and then I see ... more. Well, that's not going to happen. It's a screenshot, first of all. But thank you for your enthusiasm, Geek Life Girl. Hey, if you want to write a brief but extremely positive review, go right ahead and we'll read it on the air. Thank you to Earwolf for hosting the podcast. Thank you to Engineer Ryan for engineering us all the way to the end of the show, which this is. Goodbye forever until next week. This is Paul F. Tompkins saying, Semper in Presenti.
With a smart design, premium fabrics, and a simple shopping experience, Mack Weldon underwear is definitely better than whatever you're currently wearing. In addition to looking and feeling great, all Mack Weldon products are crafted with natural fibers that have built-in performance capabilities, so they work hard too. They even have a line of silver underwear and shirts that are naturally antimicrobial, which means they eliminate odor. All that, and they're shipped right to your door. If you don't like your first pair, you can keep it, and they'll still refund you, no questions asked. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off your purchase using the promo code PFT.
Hi, I'm Lauren Lapkus.
And I'm John Gabris.
And we have a new podcast, Raised by TV, where we're revisiting all of our old favorite TV shows from the 80s and 90s.
We're talking Full House, Saved by the Bell, Ren and Stimpy, The Real World, Singled Out, all the crap you could imagine.
And we'll sing our favorite theme songs.
Unfortunately
And
for
we'll
me.
eat really unhealthy snacks and basically relive our childhoods.
Check out Raised by TV right now on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app. Or if this is my mom listening, give up. You're never going to figure it out.
This has been an Earwolf production. Executive producers Scott Ackerman, Chris Bannon, Colin Anderson, and Paul F. Tompkins. For more media and content, go to earwolf.com.